Harding. Welcome to my blog .stampwithelaine.com and welcome to this week's Fun Friday project. I'm showcasing Stampin Up's new Hexagons Dynamic Textured Impressions Embossing folder. That's a bit of a mouthful. TIEF for short. Now the dynamic folders are thicker and gives a much deeper impression. This is the ordinary one and you can see how much thicker that is. Stampin Up brought out the cable knit dynamic embossing folder, which is 6 by 6 or 15.2 by 15.2 centimeters. For this one they've reduced the size and it measures 4 5/8 inches by 6 1/8. That's 11.4 centimeters by 15.7 centimeters, and it's just right for a card front. I've used it on this card with the Celebration Hey Chick stamp set, which is free with a qualifying purchase. These are all the products that you can choose from the Celebration brochure, which commenced on 4th of January and will be available until the 31st of March. I made this card as a sneak peek, but at the time I didn't realise that the silver metallic thread wasn't a current product. So I've redesigned it and used the other images. So this is the card we'll be making today. We'll need watercolour pencils, again another new product from the Spring Summer catalogue, and I've stored it in one of the clear mount CD cases. It just makes it a little bit more accessible, and it means that you can also include an aqua pen and a blender pen in the box so that you can have either option when you're using the colour pencils. So you can either use the colour pencils with a blender pen or an aqua painter or on its own. The pencils are also numbered from 1 to 13. What I've done is I've put double-sided tape on the back so that it holds the pencils in place. You'll need your Big Shot platform and only one of these for embossing with. The cardstock measures, this is in Daffodil Delight. I picked out the colours that were in the box to match. And you don't often get pink chickens, so it had to be Daffodil Delight. This measures 4 1/8 by 11 3/4 inches. Basically it's half an A4 sheet cut this lengthways. And that measures 10.5 centimeters by 29.9, and it's been scored at 5 7/8 inches, 14.9 centimeters. For the inside of the card, you will need to cut your Whisper White cardstock at 3 3/4 by 5 1/2, and same with the Smoky Slate layer, 3 3/4 inches by 5 1/2. In centimeters, that will be 9.5 by 14 centimeters. For this layer here, your Whisper White cardstock has been cut at 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. That's 5.7 by 9.5 centimeters. The Daffodil Delight matte is 2 1/2 by 3 3/4 inches, and that's 6.35 centimeters by 9.5 centimeters. The fine tip glue pen, the Sprinkles embellishments. These are absolutely gorgeous. Black metallic thread lace doilies. This is the new one, and there are 24 sheets in a pack, I think, and on one side it's very vanilla and on the other side it's Whisper White. The ink I'm using is just the Memento black ink. Bring in your Big Shot platform. You don't need the thin die adapter, and you only need one of your plates and a spritzer filled with water. The dynamic embossing folder is a lot thicker, and so the base plate is really surplus to requirements. So bring your cardstock in, place it in your dynamic folder on the side with the logo. Use your spritzer, make sure the nozzle is pointing away from you, and then wet your cardstock, and the reason you do that is so that the cardstock won't tear. And then place that on your base plate and you're ready to run it through the Big Shot. So I'll do that off camera. So allow it to dry, and you can see there's a side where the hexagons in the middle pop up, or this one, the opposite side, where the hexagons are indented, and it's the surrounding hexagons which pop up. So you want the reverse side so that it looks more like chicken coop wire. Double-sided tape on the back. You don't want to use any pressure because then you'll deboss your hexagons. Set that aside and we'll work on the other bits. Let's do a bit of stamping. I forgot to mention that the clear blocks I'm using are blocks D, G and A. Notice how I've mounted my chicken. You want the feet to be parallel to the block so that the chicken looks as though it's pecking food on the ground. Memento black ink. Swap images and stamp the cup this side. Stamp Hey Chick on here. Now comes the fun part. So I'm going to colour the chicken on the left in basic grey, I think this is, and I'm using the flat of the pencil and working in circular motion fairly lightly all over the chicken. I thought I'd zoom in a bit closer so you can see it a bit better. I'm not using much pressure on this at all, but I'm working in a circular motion using the flat of the pencil. I'm not sure if I'm doing it the right way, but this is the way that works for me. Then you don't get the harsh lines if you're actually colouring like this. Then I'll use the black to do the underside, so I want that a little bit darker. And the Daffodil Delight for his head. Real red for his comb, and because it's finer I will use the tip of the pen because it's covering a smaller area. And also for the cock. And then I'm going to use my aqua painter and just blend it. Tumbo glue on the back of this piece and glue it to the mat. Take the black metallic thread and pinch it between your thumb and index finger on the left hand or the right hand. It depends on whether you're left or right handed. Snip it off. Here's my silicone mat. Make sure which way up the card is, and I'm just going to run some fast fuse on the back and attach that. Run fast fuse on the bottom as well. Then cut the doily into quarters. So I'm just cutting the other half in half and then attach it like so. Dimensionals on the back. Now to do the inside of the card. Use the number 10 pencil, this is early espresso, and colour my egg yellow. This time I'll use a blender pen. Pop fast fuse on the back and glue that to the inside of the card. And there you have it. Oh, last thing. Sprinkles. Fine tip glue pen and put a generous amount of fine tip glue and bring in my sprinkles, and I'll just actually sprinkle some on top. There you have it. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe or share on Facebook, and my grateful thanks if you do. Celebration is a great time to host a party because you get £20 more rewards for a qualifying party sales of £200 or more. It's a great time to join during celebration, as you also get your choice of £130 worth of product for only £99. Plus, you can choose 2 free stamp sets at any price from any catalogues. This gives you an added value of up to £93, excluding bundles and kits. If you'd like to take advantage of this offer during celebration, pop me an email or message me through my blog or Facebook page. Send me your contact details and I'll be in touch. If you're watching from YouTube, you'll find the list of supplies I use below this video in the Show More section, with direct links to my online store. They'll also be listed here on my blog at blog.stampwithelaine.com. You can find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye!